Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Here we go with another lesson. Last time we talked about a concept called noon qudsni, and that's the little noons that you see on the top of your screen. This time we're going to introduce a new concept, and it is with these little memes. So you'll notice that here's these little memes, and they are there for a very specific purpose. This rule we're going to learn today has two appropriate names. It can be known as Qalb or Iqlaab. Both of these names are appropriate for our purposes. I'm just going to call it Qalb. So what does it mean? What do these memes have to do with anything? If you look at it, actually I'm going to zoom in on one example here. Here's this Qalb. Here's that little meme. Typically this meme will show up in one of two conditions. The first of which is shown here. Here you have a meme followed by a noon sakin. That noon sakin afterward has the letter ba. This ba is very important. If ba ever shows up after a noon sakin or a tanween, almost always they're going to put this little meme there. And if they don't put that meme there, you need to be able to know in your mind that that meme should be there. Basically, it's a very simple concept. All you have to do is if there's that little meme there, we are going to completely ignore the noon sakin. Instead, we will recite this meme and pretend that there's a sukoon on the meme, and then we would just continue. And then there's one more rule to it. Like ghunna, ikhfa, and idgham, we actually need to hold that meme sound down. This meme sound is a little bit different. It will not be recited as meem. Instead, you're going to do that ikhfa-ish kind of sound. You are going to recite it as meem. Look closely at my lips. Meem. Basically, the sides of my lips are closed, but the center is left just a little bit open. Meem. Once you've held that meme down for one alif, just about as long as a ghunna or an ikhfa or an idgham, you would just continue reading it. So let's go through this again. We would not say min. Remember that noon is going to be crossed off, and because we're crossing off the noon sakin, we're also going to eliminate the ikhfa. Instead, we're going to focus on this meme. So it would be pronounced min ba'di. Min ba'di. So here we go with another example. Here's this noon sakin followed by a ba. So just like I said, if there's a noon sakin and a ba, we're going to ignore the noon sakin. We're going to read this little meme, and we're going to hold that meme down. So in this case, it will be pronounced man bakhila. Man bakhila. Let's go ahead and look at another example. Okay, here it is. Here's our noon sakin. There's our ba. Again, because of that, noon sakin will be ignored. We're going to focus on the meme instead. So it would be read as La yunbadanna. Don't forget to do the ghunna on the noon. Next example. Here it is. Noon sakin followed by ba. That means noon sakin is going to be ignored. Read the meme instead. Let's do it. Be them be him. Be them be him. Good. Next example. Okay, here we go. We should be pros at this by now. Here's our noon sakin followed by ba. Means the noon sakin will be ignored. Read the meme instead. من بين الصلب من بين الصلب. Very good. Moving on. So in this example, I'm just going to read this bit right here. Okay, so let's go through it. But this time, there isn't a noon sakin. Remember, I told you that you would recite that meme under two conditions. The first condition was if there's a noon sakin. The second is if there is a tanween. So here's our tanween. So if we were to just read that bit by itself, we would usually say an. But because there's that meme there, instead of saying an, I'm going to connect it to a meme sound. It would be am. And remember, we've also got to hold it down with that little ikhfa sound. So the correct pronunciation is am. So let's go through it all together. La, nas, fa, am, binna. Put it all together. La nasfa'an binna. Alright, so here's ta, and there's this little meme over it. But the ba is after a waqaf. What does that mean? Very simple. We've been practicing jumping the waqaf. In this situation, if you wanted to jump the waqaf, you could jump it, but you'd have to follow the rule. And the rule is you would have to recite that the qalb, you'd have to recite that little meem with it. So if you were to stop, it would be very easily mutahharah, and you would continue BAD. But if you wanted to continue, you would have to do the qalb. So you would recite it as mutahharatin BAD. If that meem shows up at the end of the ayah, if it shows up at the end, it is optional whether or not you want to do it. You do not do it if you're going to stop at the waqaf. If you plan on continuing through the waqaf, you do need to perform the qalb. Okay, and so this is going to be the last example we see here. And this actually has one little rule attached to it. So I'm just going to pay attention to this portion right here. And I'm going to look, and it's a little bit hard to see, but this is a ba, and this is a meem. And so you see the meem has come before the ba. This would be another example of when you would perform qalb. There's a meem sakin, and afterward is a ba. You would perform qalb there as well. Now we know that this is the third case in which we would do qalb. I'm just going to go ahead and read it through. Tar, mi, him, bi, and it's a little hard to see. Hi, ja, ra, tin. Okay. Tarmihim bihijaratin. And that's it. You now know almost every single tajweed rule you need in order to get through the entire Qur'an. Naturally, the Qur'an is a very long book and there are exceptions from time to time, but the rules that we've covered here will get you just fine through the book. But we're not done yet. In the next video, I'm going to go through this final page one more time all together, and then we will go through some actual Qur'an pages, and that will be the end. Till then, please keep me in your du'as, and I'll see you then. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.